Welcome to Clash on the Coast 2023, where today we have the under 82 kilo women. My name is Lawrence Shatley. I'm joined by Christy Sene. It's a pleasure to have you in the box with me. This is what you're all about. You know what strong women can do. Former strong woman yourself, back training, but we're seeing some of the absolute best in the world today. You excited for it?
I am so excited. I know they're absolute best. I've actually competed against quite a few of these ladies, and there's some big weights going to be lifted today.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. We've also got Brittany Diamond as part of our team. She's going to be interviewing some of the athletes as the day goes on. She's going to try and get in-depth analysis from each winner of the events. But we're starting off with the log for reps. 200 pounds for repetitions. They've got to clean this weight from the floor to their shoulders and press it overhead. And our first athlete is Amelie Flowers.
Right, 200 pounds is an amazing feat. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of reps from these ladies, but for some, this could be close to their current 1 rep max.
So Amelie there, just happy to get a clean. Every athlete is going to be expecting different things of themselves. You're going to have athletes that come here and they know they're going to challenge to win. You've got athletes that are just happy to be here, and then there's athletes in the middle somewhere that feel on a good day, if they get everything right, they can challenge. If things don't quite go right, they'll be a bit lower. So it's always interesting watching a competition and seeing this first event plays out.
All right.
So Sue Edgar is our next athlete. Do you know anything about Sue?
Yeah, so Sue, she's actually an oncology nurse, and she has won quite a lot of competitions, especially in New York.
So another athlete that is just happy on this line. This is a 200 pounds first event they've got to do.
Exactly, and I know this would be a PR for Hannah coming up next. But it would be huge to hit it here at Clash on ESPN.
Oh, absolutely.
And Hannah actually comes from Norway. I actually saw her qualify. She's got an amazing, amazing grip. But let's see if she can PR this log.
I love that Hannah has listed that she's a sausage maker at the local butcher's. She's a young lady all the way over from Norway. And this is just showing how tough this first event is. 200 pounds so far, too much for our first 3 athletes. But we move on. We've got some really strong athletes to come. And our next athlete is an absolute powerhouse. Right. Summer Johnson. And she likes the static events.
Yeah.
Very, very statically strong in lifting and standing with weights. So I expect to see this log finally go up now.
I follow her on social media, and I've actually seen her repping out weights like this. So let's hope that she can do it here today.
She looks focused. See what she can do. Look how easy that clean was.
Very easy clean.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Super, super easy.
That is power right there. Look how easy these presses are.
So, so easy.
She doesn't even seem to be using a huge amount of leg drive. We see a lot of real explosive technique from some athletes. This is just pure strength. Strong legs, strong core, and hugely strong triceps. Locking this weight out overhead, no problem at all.
And also great efficient technique. She's not wasting any energy. You can see how easy that clean is because she gets to in a good position, pinning it to her chest. The one thing here is if she's not used to training outside, and maybe, the sun getting in the way.
Well, I was going to ask you do see athletes wearing the sunglasses, and do you care to kind of explain that reasoning? It's not always just to look cool, is it?
Yeah, although the sunglasses look really, really cool and fashionable, you don't want to get that glare or get the sun in your eyes and get dizzy, especially since the log, it's 200 pounds on your chest for multiple reps. You're going to get dizzy, and you want to make sure that you don't get disoriented. You see a lot of people passing out on logs as well. So anything to kind of reduce the glare and the sun, and of course we're in sunny Hilton Head right now, and we do not want that. So wearing sunglasses is smart.
Also, the flooring isn't perfectly flat. We're kind of just off the beach here, and you train indoors in perfect conditions. It can feel really, really nice. You go to competitions that are outdoors, you've got to contend with the elements a little bit sometimes.
Exactly, and that's really common in strongman too. We don't always have perfect elements, and that's what's really cool about the sport. It kind of evens the playing field a lot.
So the next athlete is out, and it's Kayleen Prout. From Virginia.
So and multiple cleans there. So the clean looked pretty easy, but she couldn't get the press down. But I think she might go at it again. She's got time.
Let's see how she does with this. She's been cleaning the log very efficiently. Just 200 pounds is a big weight. Too much.
So close.
Some contests, like the Arnolds, for instance, they do sometimes give points for just the cleans. Unfortunately, that's not the case today.
Unfortunately, or else she'd rack up a few points. All right. Next, we have Carly Oliveira, and she's actually our lightest competitor today. She actually qualified pretty recently, so didn't have much time to train. But she tells me that this would be a really, really, really big log press for her. And I know she's motivated. She's ready. She actually has the axle press world record of 205 pounds. So let's see if she can hit this here.
5 pounds less than that on the log. Can she lock it out? She does.
Amazing.
Huge power in such a small body there. You know, our lightest athlete, but so explosive, technically efficient.
Exactly. You see her do the split jerk technique. So every athlete here might use a technique to her advantage, but coming from a background of CrossFit, she knows how to do the split jerk, and that's going to be able to use her lower body power a lot, but it requires great technique.
Can she get a second rep?
Oh, so close.
Not quite. So far only 2 athletes able to lift this log. We are going to come back after these commercials with our other athletes. We still have some very strong competitors still to go. We'll be back shortly.
As an all-volunteer organization, our stated purpose is to give back to those most affected from the global war on terror. These are our single, double, triple amputees. In the last several years, we've been able to build 5 wheelchair-accessible homes, and since then, we've changed our focus, and we're looking to combat veteran homelessness as a whole. If you have the ability and the means to give back in any way, please visit ninelinefoundation.org and see how you can help.
All about a quality product that lasts a really long time that you never have to worry about.
Why is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick, below the surface. Our reason why is united, undivided, seeking understanding. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why for a better us.
And our next athlete is Aneka Brazakova from the UK. She lives in Swindon, which is my hometown. So far, you can see on the scores there, Summer Johnson with 7 reps. Carly managed 1. They are the only athletes so far to have lifted this log. Let's see how Anetka can do.
I think if you can get at least 1 rep here, that's a really good win. So close. Just couldn't quite get under the log, and again, the uneven ground could be an element there too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are heavy weights. This is near top end for Anetka. She likes deadlifting, farmers, type of moving events. They're her favorite events. Overhead, more of a weakness, but it's been a weakness for many of these athletes. It's just that left arm giving out there.
So close there. And you also have to put into account the international athletes. Traveling, that also takes a part in athletes' performances. So up next, we have Sophia Sharp, and she's actually our youngest competitor here, only 17 years old.
It's absolutely incredible to be at this level at 17.
Absolutely. And this is a big log for any strong woman, but for someone who's 17 and only has a couple years in the sport, that's amazing.
And she's tall as well, so a long way that she's got to lift this. Come on, Sophia.
You see her with her self-talk there, hyping herself up, telling herself her cues, maybe calming herself down a little bit.
Amazing to be, like, I wasn't even training for Strongman.
No, me either. Amazing, but I cannot wait to see her on the deadlift event later. She's a very, very, very strong deadlift, and she's an amazing, incredible athlete. I cannot wait to see what's to come of her.
Looking forward to watching her on the throwing and you know, the more athletic type events.
Exactly.
So Jessica Mitchell is our next athlete. Very nice clean there.
Awesome.
And look at that. That is how to press a log right there.
Yes, and this is not surprising to me. I've seen her rep out over 200 pounds many times.
Just notice her coach is Nadia Stowers, who is another fantastic log presser.
Amazing presser. Got a little bit out of her groove that last rep, but I know she's capable of more.
Sure.
But this is a Slater log, which is maybe different than what she's usually used to. Amazing.
Yeah. Often you see athletes training on metal logs.
Yes.
How does the wooden log different from
it definitely feels a little bit different, especially if it has different handles or there's a different diameter of the log.
Good rep there.
Amazing. Again. But it seems like she got in her groove now. You know, she's has a good pace. Her clean's very efficient. Elbows stay very high. And she's able to get under that log, so she doesn't use as much of her shoulder power.
She puts herself into second place there.
That's awesome.
Perfect start for Jessica. I think Summer Johnson's 7 reps, which is in the lead. I'm not sure I can see anyone beating that.
Right. You can really just tell how incredible that is.
Katie Gutwald.
I love watching Katie Gutwald. She's such a nice person. That clean was so fast, almost knocked her off balance.
That log just rolled forward ever so slightly as she went for that dip.
Very, very close.
She needs to really keep that log nice and tight, elbows up. She's got the power to do this. The clean was good. Let's see. Maintain that position. Use those legs.
So close. And she just recently had a big competition as well.
So this is an athlete I've seen many times before. Jodie Kennedy. I'm sure you must have competed with Jodie.
Yes, I have. A few years ago. And she has risen through the ranks and has accomplished many great things and has podiumed at Clash before. She's someone to definitely watch. She also has amazing and strong press.
There we go.
Which she demonstrates right there. That was so easy.
Being methodical, making sure of every rep. Technique stays the same. Good press.
And this is where experience comes to play too. She knows about how many reps she can get and how to take her time and pace herself.
I'm going to guess she'll do 4 and stop.
Right.
I might be wrong. Let's see.
Maybe.
That's 3.
Right, so you want to make sure you save the energy for the other events, but if she could get second place in this, it'd get her in a good position, what she'd want.
Nice.
Amazing. That's something I admire about Jody is she's a travel nurse. So she's working full time, but she still finds a lot of time to train, and obviously it's paid off.
Look at that, looking strong.
So good.
Great performance there from Jody. So Jody doing enough to go into second place. We still have one athlete left though, Claire Myler. Now, Claire is an incredible athlete. She's actually the over 50 world champion. She competes in open classes, she competes in under 82, she competes in the masters over 40s, and she's over 50 as well. They didn't have a competition for it, so they just gave her the title because the men's side, they have the over 50s, but no one can take this woman on at that level. Claire is a fantastic athlete. Overhead, not her strongest event. And as we said, 200 pounds is a huge weight. We've only had 4 of our athletes manage to get 1 rep.
That was pretty good clean there. Just has to get stable, keep those elbows up.
You can see with some of the athletes, they look a lot more comfortable. The statically stronger athletes have that core strength. You find some of the athletes are a lot more athletic, not so good when it comes to the log.
Exactly.
That diameter makes it much harder.
Exactly.
As you can see, we're live. Summer Johnson just got 6 reps on the 200-pound Slater log press, and it looked easy. Summer, how'd that feel for the first event?
Good, get the nerves out of the way. Good log outside, so a little extra element there that we're not quite expecting, but glad that's over. Happy with 6 reps.
You've been competing for years. How long has it been now?
2016, 17? Longer than I care to admit, maybe.
Okay, so do you kind of just jump in? Did you train specifically for this? You're an officer in the Marines, so do you just, you're always training, but how does specific contest prep look?
So I was an alternate for this comp specifically, so I had maybe, I think, 4 weeks of actual prep, so kind of an off-the-cuff, just hodgepodge of stuff thrown together, but trying to make it work, so confident for the rest of the events.
Good, definitely making it work. What event are you most looking forward to today?
A log, that's done. But keg toss should be fun, so kind of anyone's event there, I think so.
Awesome, and anything you want to say to anyone that might be watching back home?
Hi, Mom.
I love it. Awesome. We'll stick around for the next event, and good luck with the rest of the day. Thank you.
Through our struggles, there are opportunities. Opportunities that can change us and change the world. Born out of risk, strife, persistence, and triumph. From the bottom, we can rise. Risen, we can dominate. We are strong. We are pioneer.
All about a quality product that lasts a really long time that you never have to worry about.
As an all-volunteer organization, our stated purpose is to give back to those most affected from the global war on terror. These are our single, double, triple amputees. In the last several years, we've been able to build 5 wheelchair accessible homes, and since then we've changed our focus and we're looking to combat veteran homelessness as a whole. If you have the ability and the means to give back in any way, please visit 9linefoundation.org and see how you can help.
Welcome back to Clash on the Coast, and we are one event down. The log event is over. Our winner of the log, Summer Johnson with 7 reps. Jodie Kennedy, where she wants to be, 2nd place. She got 5 reps. And Jessica Mitchell managing to get 4. Only Carly Oliveira, the other athlete, to get a rep on that event. It's a tough log to start the day.
Yeah, that's a tough log. And in these class shows, they're tough because they're heavy and they're fast. So we're already moving on to the next event, and that definitely still affects your performance.
So event 2, we've got the deadlift frame medley. So it's a deadlift using the frame. 3 repetitions. They're going to carry the 400-pound frame 25 feet. Deadlift again 3 times, and then carry it back. Who are we looking out for on this one?
I think we can definitely look out for, obviously, our top 3. I definitely would not count out Katie Gutwald. She has an amazing deadlift, and she's super fast and athletic. Jessica Mitchell is also a great deadlifter, but she's coming off of a calf injury, and you definitely are going to need your calves for these farmer walks. But there's a lot of athletes here I haven't seen before either, so they could definitely surprise us.
These new athletes always love to surprise us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how Amelie Flowers does. An easy first lift. Gets a down signal. 3 reps, no problem. And then she is sprinting down that course. 25 feet. And this looks much more comfortable than the log did. She's moving really well.
Very, very good.
Excellent work there.
Excellent work.
Susan Edgar will be up next.
And with these events, every millisecond counts. Nothing's worse as
It
when
really
there
does.
is someone, you lose points just because someone is 0.01
And we
seconds.
may well see that.
We may well see that because some of these people will just go as fast as humanly possible.
So Susan Edgar is next, an oncology nurse and a great deadlifter. That was easy.
Very easy.
Now, how's the grip? Speed is good. Grip's holding out. Needs to turn fast. And sprint back.
So fast.
I've got a feeling this is going to come down to
Great time.
real speed.
Real speed.
You've got to attack this hard. And that's an advantage to the athletes that are going a little bit later. They get to see how hard an event is. Sometimes when it's a new event, you don't know. You know, different equipment than you've used before. It can all make a difference.
And this is also going to require a lot of grip as well. They can't use straps, and they're doing so many deadlifts. You're holding it for quite a long time.
Our Norwegian athlete, Hannah Gorsland. Looked a little bit slower than our first 2 athletes, but she's still holding on well.
And she's a little bit newer athlete and maybe not as strong as of a deadlift, but really good grip. I saw her do a record Hercules hold in Norway. She has great grip. She just needs to get this last deadlift up.
Yeah. She's making a mistake, I think, by holding the handle so far back there, allowing the implement to tip forward. But that grip strength is holding out. She's got all the way.
Yes.
And she's happy with that. And that's what it's about, you know. Not every athlete is going to win this competition. Some of them are here to just smash PBs and show that they're improving, show that they're moving up the ladder, if you like.
Exactly. This is huge competition for her coming all the way from Norway as well. I know she's been super excited.
So Summer Johnson up next, the winner of the log lift. She has tremendous power. She's moving fast.
So fast. You can tell she has the experience, too, of where to hold the handles.
And sprinting again, this is good. She is really attacking these farmers. Frame carry. I'm getting excited. Farmer's frame, I like it all, so.
The heavy stuff you carry really fast.
So we'll bring times to you as soon as we have them, guys. I apologize that we can't bring them right away, but such a fast-paced contest, this one. And I'd say...
Yeah, we're moving through so fast. I feel like we just saw Kaylin Prow, and now she's up again for the frame carry. Really, really speedy. Really great, solid lockouts here.
Yeah, very good. Just looks like she's not got a thumb around the handles there. Going for a thumbless grip, which is interesting. Not affecting her, though. She's managing to hold on. Just losing that kind of connection with the thumb. You're putting it all on the fingers.
Right, and now you have to do another deadlift, and it's going to further tire you. And this is heavy weight. This is 400 pounds.
Yeah.
She's determined.
I just think she needs to practice, go away and practice kind of holding onto the bar fully. It would certainly help.
Yeah, but she's going to give it everything she's got, because you also want to make sure you go as far as you can, too, because that can definitely make or break a placing as well.
I think one of the issues some of the shorter athletes have on a frame is that it pulls them so far apart, and that may be the reason she went for the thumbless grip.
Right.
I think it's something that she needs to work on to come back and be quicker in the future, because she had the power without question. Right. The deadlift wasn't an issue.
All right, we've Carly Oliveira. Deadlifts so far look easy.
Smallest athlete.
But she's moving.
Yes, she is. She's powerful. Two reps, one more, and then sprint back. Moving well. All the way,
very
no
good.
drops.
Impressive, especially for being a little bit of last-minute contender and also the lightest athlete.
Brazakova is our next athlete. She likes this type of event. Good deadlifter, good at farmers and frame.
Yeah, she has the world natural deadlift record at 230 kg. So that was pretty easy for her.
She's lifted over 100 pounds more than this weight, no problem.
Right. Strongman's not just about lifting the heavy weight, it's moving with it
That's
too.
Key.
So
she needs to really accelerate now, be as quick as possible.
Yeah,
moving
she's
well.
looking quick.
Hold on.
Hold on.
There we go.
Almost dropped it there, but she held on to it.
She shakes those hands at the end.
Yeah, I mean, there's no worse feeling than when you drop a max deadlift for reps event or the frame.
As long as you finish, it's fine.
Exactly.
It's when you don't finish and you're looking at your hands, and it's like they've let you down.
Yeah, we always blame our hands. All right, Sophia Sharp.
She's a tall athlete. Just longer levers than everyone else. But look at her move.
Really good.
17 years old here, carrying 400 pounds down this 25-foot course. And she's going to lift again.
Yeah. And she hasn't had really the time to fill out with muscle mass. That's going to come with time.
You can tell she's got great natural ability. Her technique needs a bit of work. I'm kind of worried about the back positioning there a little. But she's a good athlete. It's really important at this age that whoever's coaching her protects her, keeps looking after her, and make sure down the road she's going to become a threat in these contests. Such a young, determined young lady. Come on. Nearly there.
Almost there. Come on.
Yeah. I always get quite protective of young athletes. I want to look after them and make sure
I totally understand, too, because you see all the potential, and I wish someone was able to mentor me when I first
Oh,
started
me
because
too.
I was go, go, go.
Because at that age, we just want to hit it hard all the time. We want to push and push and push.
Max deadlift every day.
Yes, yes.
No fear at all.
Now I need a good hour's warm-up before I even think about deadlift.
And a massage afterwards.
Yes, absolutely.
Jessica Mitchell is up next, and she has an amazing last couple of years, has won a lot of championships in her weight class. But she is babying her
competition
calf.
history.
Yeah, her competition history, especially since 2021. She's done so many contests and done so well at them. But she is babying a calf tear or
Doesn't seem to be affecting
strain.
her
It does
here.
not seem to be affecting her at all.
Another one going with a thumbless grip.
Also, the shoes, is she wearing Olympic weightlifting shoes?
It's an interesting choice.
And that's definitely a little bit different, but there has to be some kind of reasoning behind that.
And she has made easy work of
very
that.
good. That was very fast.
No issues at all there. Yeah, maybe, a lot of footwear choices on technique come down to personal preference often. We can all figure out what we think is the best way, but for some people, different things work, and she made it work.
Exactly. I mean, with that time, we can't argue with that.
Yeah. She did an extra deadlift there.
Wow. Yeah, I think so too. She's kind of smirking to herself, but look how fast she is with the frame.
This is easy. Look at this. Katie Gutwald.
Yes. Go, Katie.
Owner of a meal prep business.
Yes.
And such a happy
And
person.
she's always so happy,
smiley.
so positive, and she's been in this sport she's been putting in the work. And I really hope, I really think it's her time to shine. So I'm really excited to see the outcome of this contest for her.
And we're going to see Jodie Kennedy again, one of the favorites for today's competition. I'm expecting Jodie to smoke this.
Yeah, me too.
There's going to be a lot of times that are very close to each other.
Right. It's so hard to tell. Everyone looks like they're like freight trains right now.
Yeah.
Really good. She knows every millisecond counts.
Driving hard through the line there. Good performance from Jodie. Claire Myler, she needs to pick up points after the opening event. This is much more her bread and butter, though.
Well, her favorite event is deadlift. So
yeah, I'm expecting to see a much bigger performance from this. Easy first
so
rep.
fast.
Look at that.
Is she going to do a jump with
Wow,
that
she
weight?
looks like she's shrugging the
Oh
weight.
my
She's done an
God.
extra rep
Oh,
as
an
well, and
extra rep.
another rep.
Just showing off there. Look how fast she is.
Slight mistake, though, doing those extra reps.
Yeah.
One,
No extra
2,
points, but 3,
3.
go.
There we
Okay.
go.
There we go. Run, run, run. Oh, no. Oh, that's the thing. Sometimes you're a little too strong, a little too fast.
She made a mistake at the start where she kind of got the number wrong. And it's just these little things that can affect you overall. She's clearly powerful.
Well, your adrenaline's going too.
Yeah.
You get excited and you might forget.
A big cheer there. We will be back very shortly with the scores. Unbelievably fast-paced contest. More events to come. We'll be back very shortly. Check out these commercials. We'll be back soon.
Through our struggles, there are opportunities. Opportunities that can change us and change the world. Born out of risk, strife, persistence, and triumph. From the bottom, we can rise. Risen, we can dominate. We are strong. We are pioneer.
Why is just a starting line For the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick, below the surface. Our reason why is united, undivided, seeking understanding. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community. It's a million faces in a mirror, and everyone belongs. Find your why for a better us.
It's all about a quality product that lasts a really long time that you never have to worry about.
As an all-volunteer organization, our stated purpose is to give back to those most affected from the global war on terror. These are our single, double, triple amputees. In the last several years, we've been able to build 5 wheelchair-accessible homes, and since then, we've changed our focus, and we're looking to combat veteran homelessness as a whole. If you have the ability and the means to give back in any way, please visit 9linefoundation.org and see how you can help.
Jody, how did it feel to win that?
Really good. Really good. Usually moving events are a little bit slower for me, but
What was your time? Do you know?
I think 23 seconds maybe. Something.
23 seconds, and there was only, I believe, 3 people under 30 seconds. So that looked like it was light. It was 400 pounds, correct? Almost?
Yeah.
Awesome. What event are you most excited for the rest of the day?
Probably keg toss.
Okay, guys, good luck. All right, I'm going to let you go warm up. Thank you, Jody. Good luck. Bye. And we are back to Laws and Chrissy.
Thank you, Brittany. Yeah, it was actually 21:05 for Jody there. That was very, very quick. But Summer Johnson was actually faster, but she got a 2-second penalty. So Summer Johnson is in second place after her 2-second penalty. And then Sue Edgar was third. All 3 athletes very, very close. Look at those times.
Right, they're so close, and it's always such a bummer to get a penalty, but that's what's fair, and that's what can bump you a place. But
Look
they're
at
so close.
Claire Myler in 5th. If she didn't make those mistakes as well, could have been higher as well.
Exactly, and that's one thing that you just are like, oh man, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
It doesn't matter.
But all that happens in less than 30 seconds. Anything can happen. A mistake, a slide can bump you points, because even with no mistakes, you could be just a millisecond faster than someone else, and that's where it gets exciting with this movie
Exactly that. That's what makes it fun. You never know what's going to happen, and we're going to move on to another event where we really don't know what's going to happen. It's the keg loading into the truck push.
I think it's the keg toss over in the sand.
Oh, we are going over to the keg toss. You're right.
There's a lot of kegs in this competition as well. There's a lot of sand and kegs, but we're going to be going over to the keg toss competition where the athletes...
Absolutely. It's a good job I've got you here to keep me in place. So we're doing the keg throw now. It's a 13-foot height. We have 6 kegs starting at 20 pounds, and they go up in 5-pound jumps. So we go 20, 25, then we have 2 at 30, then we have a 35, and finally the 40-pound keg.
And let me tell the viewers at home, because we just did 400 pounds on the frame deadlift, and now we're going to weights that are 20, 25, 30 pounds. I've done keg tosses in competitions before. That's a lot of weight, and that's very, very high, especially the 35 and the 40 pounds for women. That is huge. Those are huge throws, especially in a series like that when you get tired. This is big weight, and it is a super fun event to watch, but just to tell the viewers at home, it's hard. It's
really hard.
Even
and
the
those
20 pound.
They're physically large.
Yes.
So just having the space to get through the legs and kind of not touch the floor, you really need a lot of explosive power from the legs, the hips, and the back.
Yeah, so it will really definitely favor the little bit taller athletes, but if you're explosive and have good technique and have practiced a lot, You know, it should be no problem for you up until about the second 30-pound keg.
So have you ever had the pleasure of watching any of these ladies on keg toss before?
No, I have not, because a lot keg toss is a little bit of a more difficult event to set up. You need all of the kegs, and it's a little bit more dangerous too because the heavy kegs are flying around.
You don't want to do kegs on asphalt, do you, really? You kind of do it on the sand is a bit safer.
Sand, I would love to do the kegs in the sand, but I also imagine, I've never done them in sand, it would make it more difficult. But
just the running on the sand is draining.
But don't we love to do that in Strongman? Let's make it a little more difficult.
We got to
but
make
also,
it fun.
look at the spectators. A lot of people are coming from the beach and watching and cheering on the athletes, and that's what's so fun about the Clash competition.
Yeah. So we're starting with Amelie Flowers once again. Let's see what her keg tossing is like. Starting with a 20-pound keg. So these first few should go over no problem. It's making sure you don't expend too much energy on the first ones. We've seen sometimes people throw the first few so high. Ooh, that was close.
Exactly, and you have to gauge how far away you need to be from the implement to get the keg over, just because of how high the arc is.
One of the most frustrating things is when you know you throw it high enough, but it doesn't go over.
Exactly.
Because that energy is expended, and it drains you quickly. A throwing event is very explosive.
It really is. It's surprising how difficult it is and how tiring it is.
Just looks to me like she's a little bit too close or under the bar. She could be with maybe a foot forward.
And that's what might benefit her, is having a coach on the side yelling, hey, move about a couple inches up.
I think now her energy's starting to drain, and she should probably better off just waiting a little bit. Unbelievably, as I say that.
She proved you wrong.
Well, I love to see it.
That was awesome.
Sometimes you kind of think, okay, compose myself, get it done. But in this case, you just keep throwing and it gets over.
Well, you're right, though.
Persistency.
Every throw, it gets harder, and usually it gets lower and lower. But you know what? She was in the right, she moved to the right spot and just said, hey, I'm going to give it my all.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a bit more training on that, we could see a much better performance.
Exactly. And I can't lie, Laws. Throwing events are not my favorite either.
They were never my favorite either.
I'm like, let's deadlift and do some heavy weights.
I always enjoy watching the throwing events.
Yes, well, I definitely admire the athletes that are good at it, because it takes a lot of practice, a lot of technique, and it just overall athleticism.
Let's see.
Susan Eager.
So. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh,
no.
It didn't go over. She had so much height on that first throw. There we go.
She just needed to throw it a little bit more back, so hopefully she'll get in her rhythm.
Again, plenty of height, just not going over the bar.
Yeah, and there's also...
That's better.
Yes, and there's also split times at the event, so you're motivated to get the first few over as fast as possible.
Absolutely.
So although that looked easy, it didn't go over, so she didn't get the split time yet.
She looks extremely powerful on this. There we go.
I think she's capable of getting the 40. This is so impressive.
So they've cut it down to 5 kegs. It was originally going to be 6. It's 40-pound. This is a heavyweight.
Oh, so close.
Oh, that's a great effort.
Very good.
Loads of power there from Susan. Just one of those events, it's so easy to mess up. You can get the height, but if it doesn't go over, you've got to do it again, and then that energy just drains.
And sometimes it sounds like it did go over. And you don't want to move on to the next keg.
That's something where having someone on the side, like a coach or a friend, that can kind of tell you it's going over, and if it's not going over, give you those commands as well, because then you can just focus on moving on to the next one without having to stand there and watch.
Right, or looking back and running every which way.
Hannah up next. Let's see what. Oh, this is interesting. Bringing 2 kegs at the same time.
That could be smart, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Interesting choice to go with no shoes on as well.
Right now, she kind of has to get her composure again, refocus. And now each time she throws that keg, it's going to be a little bit harder. So I really hope she gets some power in this. Because
there we go.
Yes, very good.
Oh,
yes,
well done.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
And those ones where they kind of hit the bar and you don't know whether they're going to go over or come back.
Which way?
It's always a relief when they go over.
And I love hearing the crowd gasp.
Come on. One more big effort. There we go. Summer Johnson is up next.
Now, Summer Johnson's very statically strong, but I personally have not seen her do any throwing events yet. I'd imagine she'd be great at it, but it'll
I think
be
she's going to
interesting
be good.
see.
She's got so much back power. She can just use that strength. Look at that.
Wow. Tell there's also still some sand on the cakes too, flying around.
Yeah. Look at
So the
that power.
sunglasses are very smart as well. Wow.
Unbelievable strength. Look at this. She's already on to the last keg. First one she's really had to focus on. And we have a leader there. All 5 kegs. And she's pleased with that.
Yes.
Rightly so. That was fantastic.
That was fantastic. So Kaylin Prow is next. Let's see what she can do.
20 pounds.
Yeah, now some of the competitors are taking 2 of the kegs back.
What would your tactic be?
I think it would depend. I might bring 2 back. I really like to just run back and go.
I like to focus on one at a time. Just make sure you get that one right. Then you can move on.
Right.
She wasn't sure where that was going.
More importantly, get out of the way.
This is something you do see quite a lot with keg throws, or any type of throw for height. When it doesn't go over, those athletes get right out the way. I've actually seen them come down and hit people before.
Well, your first instinct, too, is to reach out and try to catch it. But definitely get out of the way.
Have you ever competed in such a fast-paced show?
I have not at all. So the competitors are just moving from one event to the next, which definitely adds a different element that a lot of maybe even experienced strong men and strong women are not used to. I think it would be really fun. Wow.
That was good. Good first throw there. Yeah, I always like to just get through the show. Once I get started, you just want to keep going.
I would love it.
It is tough, though. You do feel it. When you're in the gym, you can go at your own pace, train whatever event you want to train that day, but putting all of them together. We had some exhausted men at the end of yesterday. I think we'll see that again today with the women's contest. That was good.
Man, that was good. She's doing great at these kegs. Despite being the lightest competitor, you can tell that she's super explosive. And seeing that she did a split jerk in the log, I think a lot of her background is within CrossFit and more of athletic events.
Oh, so close. Oh, there we go. Should be good for points, though. It was a fast 4. Anetka Brazakova, our next athlete out. Trains in CrossFit Swindon, 2 years Strongwoman experience.
And that's really not, wow, that was so high. That's really not a lot of experience to be in a contest of this caliber.
No, she's really kind of burst onto the scene, come from CrossFit. And found she enjoyed the strength elements of CrossFit more. And a 2-time champion in speed water slides.
Not sure what that is.
Neither am I, but it sounds cool.
It sounds fun, actually.
It does.
A lot of athletes having trouble with that 40-pound keg. It's so amazing how much heavier 5 pounds can feel.
On a throwing event, it's a huge increase. It's not like a squat or a deadlift. On a throwing event, that's massive.
Especially at the end of a medley or at the end of a series.
Yeah. Yeah, fresh, they may throw that 40-pound over, no problem.
Right.
But doing it at the end, you're already exhausted.
And 13 feet is very high, usually for maybe a local competition.
Yeah.
Women would throw to 10 feet. What's the highest you've thrown to?
I think 16 for a run of implements. Higher if it's just one implement for height, but yeah, that's 13 is very high.
And here goes Sophia Sharp.
She's got the height, so this could be good for her.
So far, so good.
Nice.
Awesome. At this point, if you know you get the first 2 over, you want to kind of hurry and do those first 2 so you get those points with the split times. So it does help to kind of go later in the contest.
It's a huge advantage because you can kind of change your strategy as the contest progresses, knowing that, okay, I might not be capable of the 35 and 40, but a few people struggled by rushing. If I can just make sure of these first 2, get them over in a decent time, it's going to pick up points. There we go. Jessica Mitchell. Very impressive so far.
Something I just learned about her today is that she's a former competitive figure skater.
Wow, that's crazy. I find having that sporting background, no matter what it is, really helps when you come into a sport.
Oh, yes,
like,
for sure.
Well, any sport.
With your coordination, with your explosive power.
You tend to be more calm in a competition environment as well. You'll be able to cope with that pressure a little bit better.
Oh, no.
She was going so well.
Okay. Oh, and I've actually seen the fallback many times with throwing. You're just going a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
You're being very explosive. So maybe she won't be able to get. Ooh.
What's going on here? I thought we were going to see a one-handed
I know. I
throw.
thought so too.
Look.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm sure that's a bummer because she was maybe going to be close to summer's time, but now she's just got to focus and get that 40 over.
Yeah. I think she knows that Jodie Kennedy, is still to come, and Jodie, one of the favorites.
Up next is Katie Gutwald. She is always in pink and cheetah print.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
It's become a staple look for her.
Yes, it's a staple look.
Oh, mistake there on the first one. That's the last thing you want to do.
I know. And I know she's more than capable of getting over it.
There you
See,
go.
look how
So
high
much
that
better.
one was. Changing up her strategy a little bit, bringing 2 of those back. She knows she has to make up some time.
Better throw.
So good. Yeah, it looks like that first one was just a little bit of a mistake.
Come on. She's more than capable of this. Just extend up high. It really is a full body movement as well.
It really is. And it's definitely, as a coach myself, it's something that is hard to coach too.
Yeah.
If you have never done throwing before, it's a little bit different than you might think.
I always try and teach people to really extend, have a high release point, but then you'll just get someone who's super strong. Their arms are bent.
Yes.
Everything's wrong technically, but they're just strong, and they will launch them over. And then you can't say anything.
You can't say anything. You can critique all day, but strong is
It's strong, absolutely. getting that balance right of, do I focus on technique or do I just get really, really strong? I always like a good combination of both. That's where, the sweet spot is.
Looking easy for Jody so far.
Good first 2 throws.
She knows she cannot make a mistake.
This is going well. She gets this over straight away, I think she'll be very pleased.
Yes.
Look powerful, look capable. One more big throw. Oh. It's a good time for 4, but I know she'll want to do this.
Oh, that was so, so close.
Jody looks like she'd love a squat event. Those legs, those thighs on her, she looks like she's got powerful legs.
And she does. She has competed in powerlifting, weightlifting, CrossFit. And I know she's super statically strong, has really, really powerful legs, a great press, just amazing athlete overall.
Like you said earlier, works as a nurse full-time. Still finds time to train and compete against the absolute best in the world. She is one of the best in the world.
Yes.
Oh, Claire. Claire is having a bad day in terms of little mistakes today. Claire's got all the capability of doing these events. She's just not switching it on the day right now. And I've been there before where you travel a long way, training's gone well, you get to competition and everything just seems to go wrong. I've seen her do so much better at these events before. This is better. Oh
no, just not. She has the power. It's just not getting over. So.
Even there, it just looks rickety.
And you also have to think that we did have men's contests the last. Yes, awesome. Men's contests the last 2 days, where the strong women were trying to stay out of the sun, stay cool, stay focused.
And for people watching, we're in a lovely resort, and the food is amazing.
Yes.
And these poor athletes have been trying to make weight, sat there with their Tupperware boxes, eating their healthy food, while everyone else is
staying in the shade.
Yeah.
Sunscreen, oftentimes just in their rooms, relaxing.
But that's what you have to do as a professional athlete. Do. So, the throw is over. I believe we are going to go to Brittany Diamond for an interview with the winner. I think was Summer Johnson, once again taking another win. Yeah, Summer Johnson taking first place. 5 kegs in 32.19. So another win for Summer. And this time, Jessica Mitchell comes in second place. 4 in 18.09. Jody Kennedy taking third spot this time. 4 kegs in 23.59 seconds. So we're starting to see a real battle between Summer Johnson and Jody Kennedy for the overall right now. But that second place for Jessica Mitchell has given Summer a small advantage.
Right.
Only athlete to get all 5. I really thought Jody was going to get all 5. She was going well for those 4.
Right.
And the energy level just went. But we still have 2 events to fight for. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. We know that.
We are here with Summer Johnson, who just demolished the keg over bar. Want to tell us about how that felt? Because there was 5 kegs over a 13-foot bar weighing 25 to 40 pounds, and she crushed it under 30 seconds.
Yeah, I knew the first 4 I just wanted to be fast, efficient, make no mistakes, and the last one just give it one big Hail Mary and send it over, and it did. So couldn't be happier.
Did you get the 40 pounds ever in training?
No, my gym, we had about a 47-pound keg. Kept hitting the top of the crossbar, so I really wasn't sure, but went over today, and it's what mattered. So
You heard her. She says train heavier and you'll do a quick little prayer and you'll get it over. So we have 2 more events, a medley and stones. We are going to take a quick commercial break while the athletes get warmed up.
As an all-volunteer organization, our stated purpose is to give back to those most affected from the global war on terror. These are our single, double, triple amputees. In the last several years, we've been able to build 5 wheelchair-accessible homes, and since then, we've changed our focus, and we're looking to combat veteran homelessness as a whole. If you have the ability and the means to give back in any way, please visit 9linefoundation.org and see how you can help.
It's all about a quality product that lasts a really long time that you never have to worry about.
Through our struggles, there are opportunities. Opportunities that can change us and change the world. Born out of risk, strife, persistence, and triumph. From the bottom, we can rise. Risen, we can dominate. We are strong. We are pioneer.
We're going to move on to we've got a sandbag carried 30 feet. Then we've got this huge truck push that they've got to push for 30 feet, and then the keg carry for another 30 feet. This one's going to be draining.
I love this one because there's so many different elements and so many different things going on that anything can happen. And also you're just getting so tired as it goes on. So even if you do it perfectly, every millisecond counts. And the elements are super heavy too. A sandbag carry of 220 pounds, then a whole truck that they have to push, and then a keg carry of 220 pounds, and that's super awkward.
The interesting thing will be that keg after the push, where their legs are going to be like full of blood. They're going to feel like jelly. And they're going to be walking down with that keg. I mean, it's all about speed. So they need to try and go as fast as they can. I think we'll see some athletes that are quick. Other athletes will really start to burn up, and their legs will just be so full. They're already tired from the pace of the show. That's something that's important to kind of pick up on. It's a very, very fast-paced show.
Right. Everything we've done so far has been super, super taxing. We had the log clean and press, and some athletes clean the log multiple times. Yeah. And you think about it here, we have to almost clean the sandbag, clean the keg, and carry it as fast as you can. And 220 pounds is heavy. That's definitely the heaviest sandbag that I've done in a competition. And especially with keg, how awkward shaped it is. I'm like really excited to see this because everyone's athleticism, endurance, and strength can come into play.
Yeah, it's going to be a brutal event. I can't wait to see how it goes. And then we've got the stones to finish with. That's going to come down to just who wants it the most.
Right. And there's a reason that we have the stones last, because it's head to head. It's super entertaining, and you really have to see the athletes fight for everything and leave everything that they have out there.
Yeah, we've got a real battle developing between Summer Johnson and Jodie Kennedy. They seem to be stretching away from everyone else, but there's still time for the other athletes to catch up. There's still time to make a mistake. But at the moment, it looks like one of them is going to take the title.
Right.
I believe we've got our first athlete ready to come out. So not only do we have the truck for them to push, we've chucked a load of burly men into the back of the truck as well, just to make things that little bit harder.
Yeah, they didn't want to make the pushing a truck that easy. They had to add hundreds and hundreds of pounds of more weight to it.
Yeah.
In a form of the very burly, muscular men inside.
A lot of our loaders and helpers this weekend been working so hard. So those lads in the back of that truck, they're probably enjoying a little rest. And Amelie Flowers, our first athlete carrying this 220-pound sandbag for 30 feet. She moves on to the truck. 200 pounds, 220 pounds. That's
right. Well, Mom, Amelie.
She's got the truck going.
Very good.
How draining is this? Just the truck pull on its own or truck push on its own, their legs are just blowing up. I've used this as conditioning training for myself before. And at the end of it, I'm on the floor dying. Good technique, nice positioning, pushing hard with each leg. Gets across the line. Now she has to get to this keg. Another 220 pounds to carry. And now you're fatigued. You've got the awkwardness of this keg.
And it's so hard to breathe. You can barely breathe doing the elements, and then big keg on your chest. Awesome, she finished.
Well done. Great work there.
Now they do have a 90-second time limit, and that's a long time to be pushing heavy weights.
90 seconds is a killer. When it's just non-stop like that, full exhaustion. Surprised to see her walking away so fresh looking.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be.
Me either. And having that truck in the middle of the medley, that's definitely brutal. Like you said, your legs are jello going into the keg carry. Yeah. And for me, I think the keg carry would be the hardest of it all.
Yeah, I mean, especially by the time you get to it. It's sandbag and keg, they're both awkward for different reasons. But once you've already gone through one element, then plus that truck push, there's just nothing left in those legs. And every step probably feels like they're back on the sand.
Exactly.
Susan Egger. Oncology nurse.
Very easy. Only 1 year of experience in strongman, but that definitely doesn't look like it.
From Long Island in New York. Yeah, it's crazy to think just 1 year's experience. Winner of Jersey Clash. First at Brooklyn Strongest. Now competing with the best in the world in the under 82 kilo women's class. She's pushing this truck really well.
Really well.
Powerful drive with each step. Moving very, very nicely on this. And she's still sprinting back to this keg.
So Susan, she's got it very low, maybe to... Uh-oh.
I think that's more exhaustion than anything else.
Right.
Ideally, when you're fresh, you want that keg high. You want it off the legs so they can move freely.
Yeah.
But that requires the strength to hold that keg up, which is very, very difficult.
Hannah getting pumped up. This is going to be a big carry for her. She actually started Strongman when she was 16 years old.
Wow, she's been doing it a long time.
She's still pretty young. She's in her early 20s, and her mom does Strongman, and they've actually podiumed together.
That's incredible.
And they train together, and I love seeing their social media, them training together, and enjoying the sport together, and actually competing at the same competitions. That's
Isn't that what it's all about?
Yes. So Hannah. Awesome. Easy work for Hannah.
Good work there. I find these are the type of events that really intrigue people to try strongman and strongwoman competitions.
Exactly. I mean, you just imagine pushing a whole truck
Yeah, pulling
for
trucks,
a workout.
sandbag carries. It's just such a different element than just being in a gym lifting weights.
It really is. And if you are at the gym and you deadlift 315 for reps, that's awesome. But doing it in the strongman way is such a different experience, and you have to do it yourself to really understand how incredible this is.
Well, it's just such a cool thing to say as well. I mean, people will ask you, what can you lift? And I tell them, well, I've pulled an aeroplane.
Yes.
Suddenly they're like, wow, that's cool. Whereas if I said I've deadlifted 400 and something kilos or whatever it might be, it doesn't sound the same.
Exactly.
She's doing well.
So good. Great event for Hannah.
Finishes, no problem. Good stuff. She's one of the smaller contenders this weekend.
Yeah.
That body weight helps on things like the truck push.
Exactly.
Just having to work that extra bit harder with every step. We have the absolute powerhouse. That is Summer Johnson up next.
It's important for her to make no mistakes, move as quick as possible. We all know that she's super strong, super powerful, super fast, like she showed on the frame deadlift. So let's just see if she can pull it off after all these previous events and still has that energy to move quickly.
You know, she's got the power. Let's see what the conditioning's like. She's moving fast with this
Very
bag.
quick. Sprinting back to the truck.
Moving well. Starting to pick up some speed now. Look at the calf definition.
Right. Very impressive.
These are the areas where you can see improvement is possible for Summer. Very, very strong athlete. Walking away, no problem there, though. I think Jodie Kennedy will look at that and think that's beatable.
As we said before, anything can happen. And you just really just have to focus on yourself and focus on your technique and your strategy and really just go after the weights and do the best you can.
Absolutely. You can only do what you're capable of doing. You can't control what anyone else does. Stick with your strategy and give 100%.
And you can't get intimidated by what the others do because anything's possible and you just have to do your best. Some of these athletes are going for personal bests.
Yeah.
Some are out here to win it right now.
It's a nice feeling just being able to complete the event sometimes.
Exactly.
That's all you ask of yourself. I just want to finish it. 220 pounds. Kaylin
Drop it.
just dropped it just short of the line, so she'll have to pick it up again.
She thought about it there for a second. Come on, Kaylin.
Get behind her. Oh, she's got it over.
Oh, she got it. She got it.
She
Great.
got it over the line. Come on. There you go. One step at a time. Keep pushing.
I know what's going through your head right now. It's just keep going. Put one foot in front of the other because your body just says, please stop.
Yes.
Please stop.
Especially when you know it's not gone well. Like when that first sandbag went down, your head drops. And that makes things feel so much harder.
Yes.
Takes guts to just pick yourself up and keep going.
And these athletes know they can just leave a bad event behind and they got to focus on the next one. There's no time to overthink it right now.
She is absolutely drained right now. But look at this. There's no give up. She's still trying.
I think the judges said, no, you can't do that. Oh, she can.
She can't, but she will.
But she will.
Look at that. The referee just explaining a few pointers there. Seeing a real mix of performances on this medley. Carly Oliveira.
As you said before, body weight kind of gives you an advantage with the truck push. But Carly has looked really strong today.
She looks athletic as well.
She looks athletic, especially with those kegs.
Yeah.
They'll definitely be to her advantage.
So Oliveira just getting herself ready. I always find the women are so much happier than the men competing. They're all smiling. The men are just nasty, snarling at each other. The women are always smiling.
And we're lifting heavy things in Hilton Head. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
What else do you ask for? This is what we live for, what we train for, what we just love to do. And being on a crowd and then being also featured on ESPN is just such an honor, and it's so exciting.
Make you want to compete again?
Yes.
We're going to see you next year, perhaps?
Next year. Sorry, Laz, I won't be up here. I'll be out there.
It's good to hear. You'll be missed in here, but it will be good to see you competing again.
Well, just say good things about me, please. Making good work on that truck. Let's see if she can pull off this keg. Yeah, there she goes.
She's doing really well. Just digging deep, short steps, but moving fast. Nicely done. That was a good time.
Awesome. I also love to see the professions of the strongmen and strongwomen, seeing that Carly is an accountant. She's definitely probably one of the strongest accountants out there.
Indeed. And the next athlete has an interesting job as well.
Yes, Anetka is a fraud analyst and coach at CrossFit.
Anetka Brazakova. Resides in Swindon in the UK. Same town as me. Let's see how this moves.
Were you able to give her any tips before this?
She likes these type of events. The athletic type events suit Anetka much, much more. She's working hard on bringing up that static strength, but these are the type of things she loves. Coming from CrossFit as well, you know, the conditioning is good.
I also see with water polo, that's an incredibly difficult
She's
sport.
done everything. She does absolutely everything.
So far, so good. She looks like she has really strong, powerful legs, really good strides, good
Nice
pace
locked
too.
out arms there, generating that power through the legs. She needs to sprint from this as soon as it goes across the line and get to that keg as quick as possible.
Exactly.
All about time, this event.
She's definitely capable of finishing, but let's get a good time. Very good.
Come on.
Just get there.
There we go.
Awesome.
Knee sleeves are on a bit tight. She wanted them off straight away.
Mm-hmm.
But good, solid performance there from Anetka. Our next athlete is a student. Sophia Sharp, our youngest athlete, as we mentioned, just 17 years old.
Only 17, but she's had 3 years of strongman experience. I really wish I would have started when I was 14 years old. That's amazing.
And her favorite event is the yoke. Unfortunately, that isn't in this contest. There's a yoke there just next to her, but she doesn't got to go and pick it up today.
Not today. Maybe after the contest.
Yeah. Athletic background in softball and powerlifting. Chocolate ice cream is a favorite food. I like ice cream.
Me too.
It's a staple of most
Yes.
strong men and women, isn't it?
Same. This is a really heavy bag.
Come on. How cool for Sophia.
Really good.
Her friends are going to be able to be watching her on ESPN.
Yes.
Competing against the best in the world.
Exactly. So cool.
She's doing well here. Good positioning, getting some speed into this push now.
And the crowd is cheering for her like crazy. I'm sure that's giving her some extra energy and juice there.
Keep driving. Come on then, that's it.
There we go. It's got a sprint now.
Those legs are feeling a little bit like jelly now. Needs to dig deep. Come on.
Right at this point, you just can't quite catch your breath, but you have to go. You have no choice.
Yeah. She's so young. She's got so much potential ahead of her. She's going to learn from these competitions, come back stronger and stronger. I love this guts and determination that she's got.
She's got so much energy, too.
Yeah. I wish I had that much energy.
Me too. Jessica Mitchell is getting ready for her event. She has gloves on, which is a smart idea, especially when you're handling something that could get slippery like a sandbag and pushing a hot truck and then a smooth keg.
Yeah, the gloves help with the grip on the sandbag as well. It's one of those personal preference things. Some people love them, some people not so much. Some people worry that they might slip.
Right, they could get in the way, but it looks like it's working out for Jessica.
I always find as long as if my hands aren't too sweaty, they feel nice with the gloves on. It's a little bit humid today, but not too bad. Cool breeze coming across. Again, nice positioning there on the truck push. Great back position, arms fully locked out, using those legs well.
Sprinting over to the keg.
She seems to wear the same shoes for every single event. A lot of athletes have like specific shoes that they use for every different types of shoes. Jessica finishes.
Very good.
Good performance there from Jessica.
Again, smiling, like you said. We're all smiling around here.
Indeed.
Now, Katie Gutwald is next, and she loves stones and moving events, which this is a moving event, and then we have stones next, so I'm excited to see what she does.
She's listed her fun fact as that she's terrified of ladybugs. I have to go and find some ladybugs.
Right.
Played soccer for 12 years. Now she is a superb strong woman. And look how quick she is with this sandbag.
Quick.
Really fast on this first implement. Sprints back to the truck. There we go, getting stuck into this truck push now. Really important on this that you try and keep applying power. It's very easy to kind of get into a rhythm and just think that's enough. This is still about speed. You want to keep pushing as hard as you can with every time that foot drives into the floor. And she's moving well. It's a good time so far. Sprint back to this keg. She could be on for a very good time.
Come on, Katie.
Legs are starting to feel it. She's got to block out that pain now.
Oh, let's go, Katie.
That's good. She's tried to get it up
She's
high.
determined.
Allows her to move those legs a bit quicker.
Let's go.
There, she does it.
Nice. Hands off. Perfect.
Good work. Jody Kennedy up next. Trains in Battle Axe Barbell in Dallas, Texas. 5 years strongman experience.
She is very athletic. Again, she has a background in CrossFit, powerlifting, and weightlifting, so she can move. And she's very statically strong as well, so this 220 sandbag should not be a problem for her at all.
She was 4th at last year's Clash on the Coast, looking to improve on that this year. She's in a good position currently.
She does have super strong and powerful legs. So she should make good time with this truck push. But then again, we've had so many events earlier today that
this is moving well, though. She looks good. We don't know the times at the moment. It's hard to pick up on, but she's looking like she's moving well.
She's almost running.
Yeah, as soon as she let go, it was just flying off still. If she can move well over this, she'll put herself in contention. And she is moving well.
Yeah.
There we go. Good finish there.
And yeah, what Strongman's all about is you can't just be a specialist or good at one thing. You have to be good at everything.
Absolutely. We say it all the time. Having that consistency across the board makes a huge difference if you want to win titles. You get some athletes that specialize in one or two things, but the ones that win the major titles really make sure they can do it all.
The problem a lot of athletes fall into, too, is when you're good at something, you want to just keep getting better and better and better.
And we can all be a bit like that at times, but it is important to go and work on those weaknesses, make yourself as well-rounded as possible. That way, any contest can throw up any events, and you are going to make sure you're in contention. Claire Myler, this 220-pound bag, no problem for Claire. Sprints back. Good start. Digging deep. She's getting good power now, really picking up some speed.
She is sprinting.
This is good. She's really driving hard with every step, pushing as hard as she can. She's not had the performance she knows she's capable of, but she's still working hard, wants to finish this competition strong. Now she needs to sprint back as soon as that's over the line.
And there she goes. No pause at all. She's right to that keg.
Come on, Claire. Nearly there.
Almost there.
And she finishes.
Awesome.
4 events down. We are whizzing through this. Athletes are breathing hard. They're going to be feeling it. Their legs, their backs are going to be sore. Their hands are going to be sore. But there's only 1 event left, and they will block out that pain. We will be back for the Stones, which will be our final event.
As an all-volunteer organization, our stated purpose is to give back to those most affected from the global war on terror. These are our single, double, triple amputees. In the last several years, we've been able to build 5 wheelchair-accessible homes, and since then, we've changed our focus, and we're looking to combat veteran homelessness as a whole. If you have the ability and the means to give back in any way, please visit 9linefoundation.org and see how you can help.
For your life.
It's all about a quality product that lasts a really long time that you never have to worry about.
Through our struggles, there are opportunities. Opportunities that can change us and change the world. Born out of risk, strife, persistence, and triumph. From the bottom, we can rise. Risen, we can dominate. We are strong. We are pioneer.
Welcome back. I'm here with Corey Butler. If you don't know who Corey is, she's one of the strongest women in the world. She's set records right here, but today she is on the judging side of things, and I want to talk to her about that. I feel that that's more stressful. Bobby agrees. We talked to Bobby yesterday. I want to hear from you.
Definitely more stressful. When you're competing, that's what you're focused on, right? Is just your performance. I got to watch all of these ladies and make sure, a screw up on my part could make or break their event. So yeah, it's definitely more stressful than competing.
You have to keep reps in mind, time. You have to make sure that the athlete is over the line. We've had 4 exciting events, only 1 more to go. What has been your favorite event or favorite moment of today?
I think because it would have been my favorite event, the one we just finished up with the sandbag and the truck push and the keg, I would have to say that's would have been my favorite event. So that's when I most enjoyed judging for sure.
Yeah, from what I noticed, it's been a very, very fast-paced show. It was only a 220-pound sandbag, as well as a 221-pound keg, which is heavy, but these girls are moving fast. Pretty much everyone finished, and it was, the truck pull just kind of like a sprint, and they have to sprint in between. What was the cutoff time for that?
I believe the best was 44 and some change, 44 seconds and some change there. So that was super fast. It was really fun to watch. It was really fun to judge.
Yeah, these girls are always well conditioned. All right, well, we have one more event. I'm excited for the head-to-head stones. How about you, Corey?
Super. I'm actually really nervous to judge this one. There's a lot of moving parts involved. So yes, stay tuned. Watch the last event for sure.
Yes. Stones. Now we're going to go back over to Laws and Christy.
Thank you, Brittany. Good to hear from the referee there, Corey Butler. An amazing strong woman herself, but today she's in charge. There's a lot of pressure with that as well.
Yeah, there's so much pressure there because you know how important it is to all these athletes. You've been there before, and you know that they're relying on the judge to relay that information to them and score correctly, and also give you gifts.
Absolutely. So these are the results from the medley. Summer Johnson taking another win with an incredible time, 44.95. Jody Kennedy, another second place for Jody with 51.19. And Sue Egger in third place with 52.24 seconds. Really strong performances that we've seen so far today.
Yeah, and a really, really tight split between second and fifth. It just goes to show how fast Summer Johnson was. They had 90 seconds to complete the event. They got it all done in half that time.
They really did. It's just every event has kind of been superb to watch so far. I've been blown away by the performances from these ladies. And we have one event left. It's a 250-pound stone. It's got to be repped over as many times as possible. We saw this with the men yesterday, and a lot of the crowd got really excited watching this one.
Right, and that's a huge weight for even one rep, and we're gonna have to see, they're gonna have to fight it out for multiple reps at the end of the show. I love the head-to-head competitions, especially with stone-offs, because you just get that there's your adrenaline. You know it's the last event. You're already so taxed, so you really see the heart in these competitors, and I just love to see that. It's so exciting.
Yeah, I think we've got a few minutes before we see this event. We're waiting for the overalls. I will see if I can find it because I want to keep you guys up to date with how the contest is looking. Let's see. So currently in first place, we have Summer Johnson, who is on 47 points. Jodie Kennedy is in second place on 44. So Jodie can still win this, but she's going to need a few people to get between her and Summer. They are the top two athletes. Summer has been exceptional all day long. She's going to have a big advantage. She will get to go last in this event. So rather than the order that they've been going in, it's now going to go reverse of the overall score. And the first athlete will come in and they will load against the athletes that are in bottom two position. They'll go back and forth until one of them fails, and then the next athlete will come in all the way to our final athletes. Exactly. It's an interesting way of doing it. It's still about how many reps you can do. So you may find we get a position where Summer still has to do more reps, even though she might be the last athlete to go. She's still got to keep going on her own. And if it gets to that point, the athletes will have a 15-second break between each stone load. So it's an interesting one. But yesterday it worked so interestingly well, and the crowd went wild when Bob Schwantz was up there.
Exactly.
He wasn't one of the contenders for the competition, but he just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. I think he ended up knocking about 5 athletes out.
Exactly, and that's going to make everyone try that much harder and mix up the points in a way. At this point, it can kind of come down to what the other competitors do as well. And you just have to do as many reps as possible. And even if you're going against someone, you're doing a rep about every 15 seconds. You're starting the rep and you have 30 seconds to complete the whole rep. So you're lifting 250 pounds 2 times in a minute on average. And that's so much, especially with stones. And they already did so many 400-pound deadlifts with the frame. So their back is so taxed. And I know with stones, that is what taxed my posterior chain the most. You're lifting it from the ground, doing a deadlift to your lap, and then you have to extend and get over a tall bar.
Yeah. And it's so much almost in a way tougher than a traditional stone load, which would be like a race.
Right.
This is just about doing it as many times as you can. That mental element of who wants it more becomes a factor. It's not just about speed. It's who can lift it the most times, who wants it more at the end of the day. And you do see that battle where one athlete might kind of look like they just got energy. They try and use a poker face and look like they're not fatiguing. Believe me, they are. Some athletes they have their heart on their sleeve, and you just see it from rep one. They are suffering.
I think that would be me as well. I definitely would wear my heart on the sleeve. There would be screaming and grunting, but it's definitely it's going to be a battle. I'm really excited to see. My heart is starting to kind of race. Everyone's crowding around for the stones because it is a spectacle. It's so fun to watch. They're lifting 250-pound stones, and these are huge in circumference, making them more difficult to lift as well. So huge weights being lifted over a bar for multiple reps for the win. It can't get any better than that.
It can't. So what's impressed you so far today?
So far, what has impressed me the most was probably our last event. You could see the athleticism that the athletes had.
Why is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick, below the surface. Our reason why is united, undivided, seeking understanding. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why for a better us.
As an all-volunteer organization, our stated purpose is to give back to those most affected from the global war on terror. These are our single, double, triple amputees. In the last several years, we've been able to build 5 wheelchair-accessible homes, and since then, we've changed our focus, and we're looking to combat veteran homelessness as a whole. If you have the ability and the means to give back in any way, please visit ninelinefoundation.org and see how you can help.
Through our struggles, there are opportunities. Opportunities that can change us and change the world. Born out of risk, strife, persistence, and triumph. From the bottom, we can rise. Risen, we can dominate. We are strong. We are pioneer.
All about a quality product that lasts a really long time that you never have to worry about.
Welcome back to Clash on the Coast. We have our final event, the Stone Off. Reverse order from the overall score. And we have a 250-pound stone that these athletes will rep out as many times as possible. Athletes look ready.
They're making sure they get their tacky on, which is going to be sticky to help them lift the stone. But believe me, it's still going to be incredibly difficult.
I hate tacky, but it's great for lifting stones.
Exactly. You definitely are going to want that tacky. That'll be the stringy stuff you might see on the stone or, on the athlete. They're putting in their hands, putting it on their forearms so they can stick to the stone a little bit better.
We've got our first 2 athletes out. Sophia Sharp in the blue. Kaylin in the dark colours.
Now, Sophia's height will definitely be an advantage here, but I know that Kaylin has some awesome static strength.
Just couldn't quite get that over, just the height of that bar. A little too much there. I believe that's it.
That's it.
You only get 1 attempt.
Yeah, so even if you accidentally drop and it slips, that's your attempt.
So Hannah is stepping in next. Hannah having an issue with her tacky there, just slipping a little bit.
You want to be careful there too, so you don't want it to count as an attempt either.
If it came off the ground, it would have counted. But there we go. She's got it over.
Very good. Over.
So the athletes have 15 seconds to get the stone up to their knees, and then they have 30 seconds to get it over. They're not allowed to touch the crossbar or the implement with their hands to help them balance.
Very nice for Sophia, only 17 years old and lifting a 250-pound stone. That is incredible.
Strong young lady right there. 2 strong young ladies, to be said.
Yes, I know. I'm excited about how easily it looks like they're able to do the stone. That's incredible.
Yeah, these 2 are going well here. Sophia returns the stone over. Hannah Can she get another rep? She gets it up to a lap.
And they're going so fast back and forth, no rest between.
Got those long arms. She can wrap around that stone now.
Definitely an advantage there. Extend. And you want to extend as high as you can, even though you think you got it over, you want to make sure you get
don't
it
want
over.
that mistake of kind of
You do
hitting the
not
bar
wanna
and
make
it
a
going down,
mistake.
because one mistake is going to cost you.
You'll see the athletes looking up as they extend, making sure they get it over the bar. We have 15 seconds to start. Lapping.
Can she get it over those knees? She has. This is a really draining position to be in, that deep squat position. She's doing well. Oh, good effort, though. Great effort
good.
from that young lady.
Awesome.
Done herself proud this weekend.
And right to work for Amelie.
Hannah's still going strong here.
Yeah.
It looks like she likes stone lifting.
Yeah, this must be her favorite event. This is.
And it does list stones and farmers walk as her favorite events. She looks like she's getting more and more comfortable with this as the reps go on. Good load there. Emily? No, I've lost count of how many reps Hannah has done, but she is still going. Can she get this up to a lap? She does. Needs to regrip, get her hands right over. And she's over again.
Wow, how many reps has this been? I mean, she's been out there for so long. I think she's out to prove that she's a good stone lifter.
Absolutely.
I mean,
She's already proved that. Now it's just about pride and pushing for as many points as she can get. Climb up that leaderboard. £250.
you can tell she's getting a little bit tired, but she's not slowing down.
She's just trying to get air in while she waits. There's no way I could put the tacky on the leg like she has.
Right.
That would take off some hair right there. Oh, so close. Great effort.
Right. I mean, this is where you're going to hit your limit. I mean, there's no way you're going to quit early on this event. So
No
that's
chance.
why I love it so much.
Claire Myers steps in, and a great lift there.
Easy. It just kind of pops off her chest there.
This is where it's hard for the athlete that's been in for a while, because the fresh person comes in and that stone comes over a bit quicker. Claire Myler.
Really, every second of rest counts in this situation.
Emily's still going strong. Can she get another rep?
Needs to push under it. Oh, no. Oh,
she saved it. No, the referee says no. Strict referee.
Right. Yeah.
I was impressed with the save.
Exactly. I was too.
Yeah, I wanted to see her keep trying.
I'm impressed. You don't see that too often with 250 pounds.
No.
Being able to kind of catch and re-grip it.
Aneka has stepped in now. This is Claire loading that stone back over. Aneka in the pink leggings.
Netka placed third at English Strongest Woman in 2022.
These two have competed before. They know each other well. Anetka Brazakova, great stone lifter, as is Claire Myler.
What I love about Strongman and Strongwoman is that you have a lot of friends in the sport who you love and you really cheer for, but it's also okay to want to beat them.
Oh,
At the end of the day, you
absolutely.
want to beat them, and then you can walk away still friends.
I was having this same conversation earlier. And when you're on that field, you're battling, you want to win, you want to beat everyone. But one of the great things about this sport is how friendly and supportive everyone is of each other.
It's not uncommon to give tips backstage of well, like I gripped this a certain way and it didn't work out, or look out for this. That's what I just love about the sport.
Oh, strict refereeing there. Saying that Claire used the yoke to help her get that rep over.
Yeah, you can't touch the yoke or the crossbar.
Katie Gutwald coming in.
She loves stones, so I'm excited to see how many reps she can get here.
This athlete's just getting better and better. Anetka's putting in a good total here.
Right.
Katie says stones is one of her favorite events, and you can see why. Still going well. You can see the pain starting to come across her face. She's having to dig deep now, but she's still out there fighting. Every rep counts.
It's painful, in your lungs and your muscles, but it also is a little painful on your body, your arms, your hands. You're getting scraped
those stones
up.
rip the forearms apart.
They do.
They're horrible.
They do. There was a time there where I was training stones, and I looked like I had almost scales or scars.
Yeah. It can almost look like lava on your forearms. So Anetka is out. She's put in a good total. Move on. Susan Egger, who's stepped in now. Katie, oh, is she reaching out there? No, she's okay.
Did tell you Katie's always in pink and cheetah, and she's got her pink tape on her arms to match.
Look at the height that Susan is getting on these.
She's tall, and she's strong and has really good technique where she's has really good extension with the stone.
Yeah. Oh.
And you see even Sue just cheering on Katie there.
Yeah.
You can tell Katie gave everything she had.
Carly Oliveira stepping in now. Nice lift.
And with Carly, she's used to competing in lighter weight classes, so they usually have not light stones, but lighter than this. So it's great to see that she's making it look easy.
Yeah, she's really testing her ability going against this heavier weight class than she's used to. Competes in the under 74 kilos normally. But she wanted a test. She wanted to prove she can compete in the under 82s as well, and she's done exceptionally well so far today.
Sue's still going strong.
We need a heavier stone for these ladies.
I know. Would you rather a heavier stone or a higher load?
Personally, I'd rather a heavier stone and do less reps. Although a 250-pound stone is heavy.
It is. I think these strong women want it.
They're just that good.
Well, with
Nice.
strong women too, each year I can see the weights just going up and up and up.
Oh, the standards just
And
constantly
the standards
improving.
are constantly. It's incredible. It's hard to keep up.
It's interesting to kind of contemplate how good they can be, because it's a fairly new sport and we're just seeing that progress is so rapid right now.
Right.
How far can these ladies take it?
Exactly. I'm sure just a few years ago we would have been using a 200-pound stone, and we're already up to 250 pounds. And a 200-pound log is not unheard of, and now we have it in a contest doing it for reps.
And this is not the heavyweight class as well.
Right, this is
These
not
are the
the
under
heavyweight.
82s, middleweights. The sport is progressing rapidly fast. The athletes just keep pushing each other on to be better and
Exactly.
better. I mean, these two here, I've lost count of how many reps they've done now, but
Exactly.
they are still going strong.
And the sport is growing and getting in different athletes from different sports as well. So
Athletes are taking things a lot more serious now as well, the way they kind of treat their bodies. They're getting, medicals done. They're kind of seeing physios. They have whole teams working around them, taking their nutrition seriously, taking their coaching seriously. It's no longer is it a sport where people just come and have a go. Every aspect is looked into to make sure they're the perfect all-round athlete. It's not just about being strong anymore.
well, it's definitely a sport that requires a tremendous amount of energy, a knowledge of the training you need to recover. Injury risk is a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a way you can do it right and do it safely. And what we're seeing right here are the best of the best.
Indeed. And Susan is finally out. She kind of made a mistake there of touching the yoke. She looked like she had more in her. Jessica Mitchell. Easy rep. And Oliveira is still going strong
I
here.
know. And now Jessica's more fresh. There's a little bit less rest time.
Yeah. This is
For
where
Oliveira.
Oliveira's going to have to dig deep. She looks well conditioned, though.
She
looks,
really does.
good
Very
technique, good extension. Carly's starting to really use as much of that time limit as she can. She's definitely feeling it now, but she's still going strong. Not sure how many more reps she's got, but she's fighting.
She is fighting.
Maybe one more in her. You know when athletes are struggling, when they start to really slow down and use every second that they can.
It's smart, though. You do have that 15 seconds
Oh,
to get it to your lap.
It's very smart. And that was better than the last rep.
She's feeling it, though. I still think that she has a few more reps in her. Crowd's cheering her on.
Come on, Carly.
Oh, she's got to get under it.
Go on.
Oh, my gosh,
Yes. Something tells me that might be the end of it.
It might be, but
you never know.
maybe since you said that, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I thought she'd do one less than that, so
Yeah.
she's going really well.
Let's see. Definitely in double digits.
I shouted out this was 15 or something.
Might be the most we've seen.
Wow, she can do
Wow,
it. Yes.
that was even better.
Unbelievable.
She's putting on a show right now.
But that stone's just coming over fast.
Exactly. Jessica's just serving it right back to her.
And this is smart by Jessica. Get that stone over as quick as possible. She knows that Carly's having to take her time. It gives her more rest time as well.
Exactly, because once she's out, she's going to get a fresh component.
Come on, Carly. One more.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
But still
Absolutely
unbelievable.
brilliant effort there. That
Leg's a little bit jello right
is
there.
leaving it all on the contest field. Everyone applauding her. And now Jodie Kennedy steps in.
I have a feeling Jessica will have a little bit less rest time now.
Yeah.
With the fresh Jodie Kennedy.
Looked easy for Jodie with that first rep.
I love seeing Jodie and Jessica head to head because I've competed with them, but also I've mostly seen them compete against each other so many times. So it's fun to see the improvements and also be able to see the amazing athletes, go against each other.
Absolutely. Both athletes looking strong.
Also, Jodie got a little bit more rest.
She did.
Probably the most rest we've got in this whole contest, too. It's been so fast-paced.
Nice. Jodie up to her lap. Adjust the hand and then easily over.
Very easy.
Every rep looks the same with Jodie. Technique is good. Well trained on this movement. Jessica Mitchell, though, she must have put in a good number now.
Exactly.
She's been out there for ages. Conditioning of these athletes, as well as the strength, is unbelievable.
Right. I think a lot of people think of a strongman and strongwoman as just being strong and lifting really heavy things, but it takes an incredible amount of conditioning.
Oh, definitely. Particularly this day and age where they're testing every element. Speed, fitness and conditioning, supreme power as well. You look at the pace of this show, the type of events that we've had. You get the static events like the log, for instance, but the throwing where you need that explosive power, the conditioning on an event like this for reps, the truck push into the loading elements. There's lots of different elements that the athletes are being tested in. And every contest is different as well.
Everything's different. You always have to be ready for anything, and each contest you might have a different strategy with training too, depending on the weights and the different event order.
Absolutely.
Jessica's still going.
It's probably the first rep that's looked
right. It's a little bit lower.
A little bit, yeah.
Still's got hopefully a few more, but definitely losing height.
Back, the glutes, they've got to be feeling it now. The more reps she does, she's starting to wear through those sleeves on her arm.
Right.
Just wearing tape on the arm, it's easy for that to get ripped.
Yeah, ripped or start to slip off a little bit.
Responding to the crowd. Good.
The crowd is really cheering them on right now. And I know that makes a huge difference too,
Oh,
because
unbelievable.
your body just says, "Oh, please just stop."
Oh, if this was in the gym, they both would have stopped ages ago.
Exactly, but you have no choice but to keep going. I mean, this is what they've been training for months and months and months. The crowd's cheering them on. You know, you just have to go until it doesn't go over. You have no
Yeah.
choice.
Like, this is seriously impressive now. But to the point of, like, I want to chuck a heavier stone in there.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, you would think 250 pounds for
You think it's
reps
enough?
at the end. Yeah, you think it's enough. Apparently not. Next year,
Nope.
next year heavier.
We're going to have to push that level up again because these athletes just keep improving. Jody taking a little more rest this time for the first time. Still, it goes over easy.
Yeah, you can tell the pain and just trying to catch her breath with Jessica, but you know, I still think she has more.
Jessica is doing it.
Oh, come on, Jessica.
Jessica is putting herself in a position to really make the top two work.
Right.
There's still one athlete to come in. We've not seen Summer Johnson yet. And she could be in a position where she's got to go on her own for a lot of reps.
And for a lot of reps. And Jessica.
Finally says enough is enough.
Which, that was a lot, so.
Oh, I'd like to know how many it was. That was unbelievable.
Jody is such good form, even when she's tired.
There's a number of athletes that have done a lot of reps, so someone knows she can't just coast this. She needs to hit a good amount of reps to secure this win, even though she's gone into this with a small lead.
Oh no.
Jody finally goes down.
Yeah. Well, as you get more and more tired, too, mistakes can happen.
Yeah.
Also, you want to definitely wear a tight shirt for the stone so nothing, slides off. And as you go, your shirt kind of starts to stretch. It looks like it kind of got caught on her shirt there and caught between her shirt and the yoke.
So they give a 15-second timer, I believe, before they push the stone through. Stone comes through, then she has another 15 seconds before she has to get it to her knees. And it goes over no problem.
Just her and the stone, and she knows
this
she's
is
going
a
to have to
lonely place to
do
be.
a lot of reps.
I believe we're somewhere around 23 or 24 reps is the lead, which is way too many reps.
Wow.
She doesn't need to, I don't think she needs to win the event, but she does need to make sure she gets enough points. And we've seen some good, solid numbers from a fair few of our athletes.
They're not making it easier for her.
No. Just heard she needs 17 more to take the win. Could be here for a while.
Yeah. A lot of these athletes, they're just so amazing and strong, but they also a lot of times have either interesting professions or athletic backgrounds. And something I learned today about Summer is she went to professional wrestling school in Calgary, Canada.
That is amazing.
As well, she's a Marine Corps officer, so definitely really interesting individuals, and to also be so talented and such hard workers, and displaying such feats of strength out here. I'm just amazed.
Yeah, this young lady has a very bright future in the sport. Supremely strong.
She did take a little short, a kind of a big break up until recently, because she was in school. So but it looks like she didn't actually take a break from training.
Well, she definitely looks like she's been training.
Not competing.
Yeah.
So this is just her second big show back. Just goes to show that, these women won't let anything get in their way. They know that, it's just, you kind of just have to maybe
you can do that as well. You can have some time off competing, but you've got to keep training. You've got to keep putting the work in the gym. And she's clearly done that.
Which, keep that big goal in mind. It might not be as exciting and motivating, but that's what the best of the best do.
So Stone gets pushed through once again. She just needs to put in a professional performance now. Just focus on getting that rep over every single time. Not rush. Take every second that she can and then lock into that stone, get it up to the lap, readjust the hands, and then pop it over the bar.
Rhea playing her tacky between each rep because she's very, very good, but the stone can get dirty. Her arms can get dirty. The tacky can get sticky, and you definitely don't want to have a slip up because she's capable of all these reps, but we don't want to make any mistakes.
Absolutely. And like we've seen, some athletes have made mistakes just touching the crossbar, or the stone will come up and slip. You don't have room for that. She knows a number she's got in her head that she needs to take the win, and that's the target. Put in that professional performance, focus on one rep at a time.
And it doesn't look like she's losing steam yet.
Yeah, she's looking comfortable still. It's a very strange situation to find herself in. We saw so many great battles, and now it's just her against herself, really.
Exactly. She knows what number she needs to beat. Slowing down a little bit there. Just didn't get it as high.
She's just trying to understand how many reps she needs. I don't think she'll be too worried about taking the event win. She'll want to focus on the overall.
You only need just so many reps to win. You don't want to need to do extra, no bonus points, especially after a day like today.
Yeah, and she's going to be feeling it. She really is. Just talking to the referees there, trying to understand exactly what's needed.
Yeah, you definitely want to be sure. You don't want to walk away too early.
I think they're saying 3 or 4 more reps. She really has put in a dominant performance today.
Right. Oh, and that's all she needs.
There we go. She's walking away. So I hope that is all correct. So there we have the results of our stones. Jessica Mitchell with 23 reps. That was so impressive. Summer Johnson making sure she takes the points she needed. 18 reps. And Jodie Kennedy there with 17. And Carly with 15 as well was unbelievable. So many athletes in double figures. That was a 250-pound stone. Let's not forget that. So we'll be back with a presentation after these commercials. Thank you very much for sticking with us. We'll be back after these breaks.
As an all-volunteer organization, our stated purpose is to give back to those most affected from the global war on terror. These are our single, double, triple amputees. In the last several years, we've been able to build 5 wheelchair-accessible homes, and since then, we've changed our focus, and we're looking to combat veteran homelessness as a whole. If you have the ability and the means to give back in any way, please visit ninelinefoundation.org and see how you can help.
All about a quality product that lasts a really long time that you never have to worry about.
Through our struggles, there are opportunities. Opportunities that can change us and change the world. Born out of risk, strife, persistence, and triumph. From the bottom, we can rise. Risen, we can dominate. We are strong. We are pioneer.
Welcome back to Clash on the Coast. We have an interview with Brittany Diamond with our winner of the Stone event.
Thank you, Laws. I'm here with Jessica Mitchell, who just won the Stone event head-to-head. She ended up with 23 reps. And most notably, 5 weeks ago, she tore her calf in training. So I want you to talk about all of that.
I mean, it was not ideal. I was running through event day, doing a whole event day at comp weight, and I was carrying the frame and felt a pop, and I was like, this is great. But I just shifted up recovery. I trained with Nadia Stowers, and she and I just worked really close on like what I felt I could do, what she felt I could do, and obviously it panned out because I came today, didn't get injured, which was the goal overall, and I was surprised I picked up the stones that many times. I have not done that in training, but like maybe 2 reps. So
Only 2 reps in training and 23 reps today. That just shows you what adrenaline can do. How was your pain level today with the calf?
It honestly didn't really hurt too bad today. Like I said, it's been recovering pretty well. It's just mostly like a mental thing. Like when you have an injury like that happen that comes out of nowhere, you're not expecting it, it kind of sticks with you. And I've never had that happen before. So a lot of today was just like, trying to get over that kind of like PTSD, but also focus on like being very meticulous with how I'm moving my body on events. And so it's just required a lot of thinking today, which I typically wouldn't do.
Yeah, that is so true. And when, I feel like injuries are part of our sport in strongman, you have to learn how to navigate them, which you did an excellent job doing. Is there anything going forward now? Are you rehabbing? What does training look like in the next few weeks?
So my fellow pro athlete, Aaron Walklett, actually wants me to do a competition down in, I think it's North Carolina, South Carolina, as a open heavyweight with her. So that's probably what's up next, because I never know how to take downtime. I should, but I don't. Like, I competed 10 times last year, and this is only once this year. So we're doing good.
Okay. So we're just pretending you're not injured, but at least with open, that's easy. No weight cuts, nothing. Just have fun. So that's how many weeks away is that?
I believe it's in May. I told her, she like mentioned about it this past week, and she's like, sign up with me. And I was like, let me make sure I don't break this weekend, and then I'll totally do that. So that's what's up next. She and I are going to come in as heavyweights and just have fun. So should be a good show.
I like that method. Anything you want to say to anyone that may be watching back home, or anybody that wants to maybe start this sport watching that you might have inspired today?
I just want to give a big shout out to all the people at my gym, Brute Strength Gym. We have a slogan to be the best, surround yourself with the best, and they absolutely are the best people at that gym. And all of my clients who've been reaching out to me and supporting me today, like, you guys are absolutely the best. I love doing this, and I love just knowing you guys love watching me do this. It makes it mean a lot more to me, like, having that support. So thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Jessica, and congrats again on the event win, and take care of that. We'll see you in about 6 weeks or so. Right, yeah. We're just tallying up the final scores. We're going to go back to Laws and Christy.
Thank you, Brittany and Jessica. 23 reps that lady did with a 250-pound stone. And she said only 2 reps in training.
Exactly.
So the adrenaline must have been pumping today.
Yeah, the adrenaline was pumping. And
so here we have the overall scores. And Summer Johnson is our winner with 58 points. Jodie Kennedy, 54 points. Jessica Mitchell with that incredible stone load gets herself into 3rd place with 47. Carly Oliver with 36 and just 1 point behind Sue Edgar. What a battle it's been. But Summer Johnson taking the win. She must be over the moon.
yes, she must be absolutely over the moon. I know that this morning she was nervous, if you can believe that, but I think we all kind of get those nerves before a contest. But she didn't make many mistakes. She came out, winning that first event. And that was definitely probably a big confidence boost.
It was real consistency, wasn't it?
It's all about
First event, the log lift, she absolutely dominated, to be fair. Took top points. I don't think she was outside the top 3 on anything.
No, I don't think she was out. No, not at all.
So what a performance. Big future for her. She's had that bit of a break. She's back in the sport. And she's told me personally she wants to compete in the heavyweights as well.
Oh, really?
So she wants to chase those.
That seems to be like a theme here.
Yeah.
Everyone competing in a class heavier. You don't have to worry about weight cuts. And it's also a good challenge, too, to do those heavier weights. And she's obviously statically strong enough to compete against the heavyweights.
Yeah, you saw that today. The power is there. There's a few little areas she'll have to improve on to go at that absolute top level against the opens. But today, she really didn't put a foot wrong at all.
No, not at all. She definitely shows her professionalism in that way, too. And again, she's statically strong, has proven her athleticism, and she finished the cake toss.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
The only athlete to finish the cake toss. Who out of some of the kind of newer athletes impressed you? Because I know you've seen a number of these ladies before you've got to compete against them, but there's a few new athletes as well. Who really kind of stood out for you?
Yeah, so Sophia Sharp, she is 17 years old and already 3 years into the sport. I'm a little jealous about that, but it was really cool to see her up against these more experienced women who have had more time to put on muscle, more experience in contests. That was really fun to see because there's also been a lot of chatter around her too because she's so strong and obviously already competing here with these other more experienced ladies. So that was really fun to watch. And then Katie Gutwald, I've competed against her many times, and I love to just see her excelling. And
it makes you smile to watch her,
It makes me really smile to watch her because I know personally we've trained for a lot of the same contests, and her not being as happy with her results because she's comparing herself to these other competitors. But see her out here and shine, do really well on the stones, do really well on the frame carry. Just makes me really proud of her and really, really happy. And she's just an overall great person.
Yeah, watching the ladies, they all support each other. We're seeing the stuff backstage that you guys don't get to see on camera, but they're all helping each other. They'll pick each other up. They'll lend each other equipment. It's such a friendly sport to be involved with. And I think I've been lucky enough to see that growth over the last few years.
Right, and that's what's kept me in the sport too. Those are my friends. We can relate to each other. You know each other's struggles, so you can also motivate each other too. And like we said before, you can want to beat someone, but also be their friend and help them out.
Indeed, I think we're just a few minutes away from our presentation. For anyone that's watching this and wanting to get into the sport, what advice would you give them?
My advice would be to find a group of strong men, strong women to train with to kind of pick up the tips and trips. It's not an easy sport to do alone.
Okay, we are going to head to Brittany Diamond, who has more interviews for us.
Thank you, Laws. We are tallying up the final scores for the ladies, and I just found Cam, who's here with First Form. Cam, this is your first time seeing a strongman competition, right? Yes. All right, tell us about what your thoughts are.
Well, there's days where you think you're pretty strong, and then you see these men and women competing, and you realize you got a lot of work to do. But it's amazing seeing the effort they put in, seeing the crowd come together and cheer them on. It's really fun.
What was your favorite event to watch?
I'd say the Atlas stones going back and forth. Everybody's giving it all they got, and you get to see who's kind of king of the mountain.
Yeah, king of the mountain. I like that. Where are you from, Cam?
St. Louis. We're out of St. Louis, so
okay.
Yep.
All right, awesome. How long have you been with First Form?
I've been with First Form a little over a year now. So
there's quite a few number of strongman athletes on the First Form team. Correct? Do you know any of them?
A little bit. I've been able to meet them. There's so many people involved, passing by, everybody's super kind. You get a chance to meet them, but everybody's busy too. They got their things to work on. So,
well, do you think we can expect you to ever try? Do you want to lift a stone, maybe?
I don't know if I want to put myself on that spotlight. Maybe someday. We'll see.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cam. We are just doing a quick commercial break, and then we will announce the winners right after.
All about a quality product that lasts a really long time that you never have to worry about.
As an all-volunteer organization, our stated purpose is to give back to those most affected from the global war on terror. These are our single, double, triple amputees. In the last several years, we've been able to build 5 wheelchair-accessible homes, and since then, we've changed our focus, and we're looking to combat veteran homelessness as a whole. If you have the ability and the means to give back in any way, please visit ninelinefoundation.org and see how you can help.
Through our struggles, there are opportunities. Opportunities that can change us and change the world. Born out of risk, strife, persistence, and triumph. From the bottom, we can rise. Risen, we can dominate. We are strong. We are pioneer.
Thank you very much for joining us for this year's Clash on the Coast here from Hilton Head Island in South Carolina. It's been an amazing show.
It's so amazing. I mean, that was just very, very exciting, very, very entertaining, and just incredible. I'm definitely motivated to get back out there and train now.
So Christy is going to be back competing next year. I will still be sat here just talking about Strongman. Thank you from both of us for joining us. Thank you from Brittany Diamond and all the crew here at Clash on the Coast. We will see you next year. Take care.